what I would like to do is just look over these remaining tasks that we didn't get to.
Hold on a second. Hello.
Hi.
How's it going?
Guys!
Yeah.
You're all WAIMers.
Yeah, we just finished up the launch as of hitting record on this. Site is closed down, no one can buy.
The August launch.
Finished our first
in
launch
case you're
here.
watching this many moons in the future.
Yes, the very first warning Aimfully launch. So hello to all the new members, hello to all the existing members, and there was one other thing that I forgot.
Was there? Were you gonna say something about how we shifted these to be?
Yeah, so these...
Guys, we just have one brain.
Yeah, these unedited meetings here that you're currently listening to are now only for you guys, only available on the Wandering Aimfully dashboard, which is very exciting. So, hope you enjoy that.
That's an additional bonus you get for being paying members.
Well, what happened there?
Did you see the double snap? It was like...
What happened there?
These are my finger guns.
Wow. Cool.
They shoot joy and love and happiness.
Okay, so the launch is over,
Yep.
but that doesn't mean we can just, you know, fly to Tahiti and celebrate. Because
that's something we would do during launch.
Right.
You know how we roll.
Yeah, no, we wouldn't do that. It's too expensive.
So to update you guys, some of you may have seen our previous meetings like this where we were in Airtable going over everything there was to do. This was about 2 weeks leading up to the launch date.
Yes.
So you might remember that meeting. We didn't get to everything on the list, but like all launches, we had to prioritize and we decided what had to be done for the site to go live. So the purpose of this meeting is to reconvene, go over what didn't get done so that it doesn't just disappear into the ether, that we still carve out time to get it done.
Should I have had a laptop for this?
I don't think so.
Cool.
And then also we have a couple new things coming into the mix. So like scheduling the show episodes, we want to pick that back up.
Are we talking about that in here too?
We could do loosely.
Loose leaf?
Also videos if we want to like do another helpful video. Also, the curriculum, the September curriculum.
Yep.
So we'll probably need to add to-dos, and I just want to like get all of the tasks on here, and then if we need to, after this meeting, kind of put them on our calendar, then we can do that.
Cool whip.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So a bunch of these are dates in the past, so we need to like update those. I don't know if you want to go through dates right now or if you just want to do priority. That might help us for now.
Sure.
Because then if we do that, then we can only focus on the high priority things for this week because it's right now there's 50 to-do items on this list.
Yep.
And so I think trying to schedule 50 things this week is obviously not going to happen. So I think the way to reduce the overwhelm is to first go through and prioritize high, medium, low, and then we just filter by things that are high and we try to get those done this week.
Cool. I'll let you be meeting master extraordinaire.
That's what it looks like right now, doesn't it?
Yep. You're going to be
Meeting master extraordinaire. Me.
Too many E's.
Me.
There you go. Thank you.
Okay. Clean up content migration Airtable. So that was to normalize like what needs to be done and make sure that all the new articles are...
Is that new?
That's more for me than it is for you.
Yeah.
I would say that this...
How does that affect future newsletter writing? Content migration, separate. Got it. I'm with you.
Takes a second.
So...
In answer to your question, it does not relate to writing newsletters.
That was a test, and you passed. Congratulations.
So this is our Airtable.
Yeah.
I was telling you.
Oh, for them? Okay, yeah, sure.
This is our Airtable that says all of the old blog posts that were on Jason Does Stuff and madevibrant.com. We organized all of that into new posts. But when we ran out of time at the end, the goal was to improve those and get them consolidated into like 100 articles down from 400. But as we got closer to launch, it became clear that we weren't going to be able to devote that much time to that. So instead, we just straight transferred them over and just made sure they weren't broken or anything. But we would still like to update them and everything. So we just want to make sure we have a clean record of exactly what articles are in the back end of WordPress.
Yes. So I think you said the other day that if you don't get to finishing up your articles as far as you want to get them finished, it's going to get pushed way back. So I feel like this coincides with these next two that I can see on here.
Yeah, so I need to prioritize that.
Right.
So I would really like to have all of my articles, at least the H2s written and edited and all the correct header images. I would like to prioritize that by the end of the week.
When you say H2s, does that mean the sub headline and the BFT as well?
Yes.
For those of you who maybe are not super familiar with our articles, the H2s are just basically like our chapters within an article, if we have a longer article. And then the sub-headline is under the main headline, and then the BFT is the big fat takeaway, or change the F to whatever you want. So every article has those things.
Yeah. Okay.
In hindsight, and maybe this is something that we can fix going forward, it actually would have been nice to not have a BFT as an option, because there are some things that just, you kind of don't need it. But that was just one of those things that we didn't foresee.
That you don't need it. I think it's that we got to the end and it just took a lot of mental effort to write those for like hundreds of articles.
No, because there were a couple of articles that I had that, like, example, my reading list.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, you should be like, big fat takeaway. These are the books that you need to buy right now. And then you do all your 5 stars.
Oh, wow. 5 star, 5 star, 5 star.
That's the takeaway.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So content migration, I'm going to prioritize that by the end of this week. So after this meeting, I'm going to throw blocks on my calendar of just like a couple hours a day.
Yep.
Okay.
Like Mario blocks that you can.
I'm going to throw the blocks on my calendar.
Okay.
Okay. Also on here, add SEO data to posts in WordPress.
Yeah.
Is that a you? Or both of us?
I think we should go through it together, because I think it should hopefully help.
You think I should do it while I do these?
Well, yeah, and I'm happy to help you do it, to like think through like what's the keyword, what's the metadata we want to add for this, is that keyword repeated throughout the post and the title and the H2s, etc.
Okay.
So
so I'm also going to add on here Jason to read, because I realized you did this before. Walk Caroline through Yoast. Cool.
So just redo work that I've already done.
It's called reinforcement. It's called learning. It's called regurgitation. I'm just saying words.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Okay.
I'm happy to go through Yoast again with you. I don't mind
you.
it. It doesn't
Thank
bother
you.
me.
Thank you. Review all remaining pages and posts in. We did that,
So,
didn't we?
well, I think that's after you go through everything, because
Oh,
if
we
there's
did the
anything
pages,
else.
not the posts.
Right.
I'm changing this. We did pages.
Yeah.
Okay, so then we can do that after I do that, which will be like Saturday maybe.
Saturday.
Okay. Figure out SAS and CSS tweaks. I know that there's meltdown city. I know that there are still some CSS issues.
Let's just very quickly give people the update on what we mean by meltdown.
Okay. If you've been following the development saga of the Wandering Aimfully website, we had a couple of different development partners. The final development partner that we had, they did a great job. But they wrote all of the CSS in.
Not all of it.
Well, you don't write all of it.
Right, not all of it.
But they did. They wrote all of the CSS in what's called sassy CSS, or SAS. And it's sort of, how can I describe this? It's a way to, I'm like, should I use my technical terms that I learned? No. The important part is it's sort of like a layer that goes on top of CSS that makes it a lot more compact and modular. And it's for sure the thing that most like actual developers use, I would say. But me as an amateur developer who only knows the regular CSS syntax, I found that I was having a hard time then updating CSS, because you can't just like edit an SCSS file with using what you know about CSS and think that the website's gonna read it. It doesn't do that. So I took like a whole day to learn it on Treehouse, and I do get the crux of it. The part I was having trouble with is being able to update the files. So I still need to learn more about that. Probably someone in WAIM can help me with that. So maybe I need to reach out.
I bet Zell might be able to do that. I don't think Zell watches these, but Zell is very proficient. But we may also have somebody else who watches this, just like, hey, I know that, I could help you, so.
But I had a meltdown. So the long story is that I
Did have a meltdown.
Can get derailed pretty easily. There's nothing that's like detrimental, except for maybe the mobile issue on like the podcast coming soon page needs to be updated.
Well, here's the thing.
What?
So I think this is also a discussion of right now the WAIM dashboard. So for all you important people who watch this, is not accessible on mobile for the most part. Like you can access it, but you can't get anywhere. There's no nav. Like we don't have a mobile nav, which I think we had at one point. So I feel like we should just do like a CSS day where you could get back into this, get in that mindset, make your tweaks, then also do the WAIM dashboard CSS mobile stuff.
Just make the dashboard responsive.
Well, it should already be there. You don't need to make the dashboard responsive. We just need our nav to be back. Our nav disappeared somewhere. So I'm just saying
okay, I'm just saying that's news to me. So I was still like on the...
No, yeah, I know where you are. I'm just saying, like, let's lump those things together.
Okay. I don't think we should lump those together. I think that that should be a line item, which is...
Oh, for sure. I just mean, like, when you do that, like, also do this. Sorry for this terrible fight, guys.
It's a real blowout fight, you guys. Fix dashboard.
Mobile nav.
Mobile nav.
And I swear I saw that thing in there at one point, and it just may have gotten lost in the mix. So it may be something where you look at it and you're like, oh, yeah.
Well, I didn't design it for Ben, so he must
The mobile
have...
nav? Yeah, I think Ben probably just took it on himself to do it.
Okay. Okay, well...
So this is...
that a high priority?
No. This
Medium?
is low
Low.
priority. Low priority. As much as I love you guys and we want the dashboard to work for you on mobile, just going to have to wait a couple weeks. So log in on the web, please.
Got to prioritize.
Yeah.
It's going to be Carol. Okay. Dashboard. This is website. Okay. Update images on customer journey page. We pretty much don't really need those until next.
Yeah, low.
So low. But we'll just make sure that we do that before.
Thanks to those of you who sent like nice comments about the customer journey page. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, we worked really hard on that thing, so. Okay, so make that low. Okay, this was my book stuff. I'm still gonna keep that as high. Add homepage video and fix article copy, so that's high because now it's closed.
Right.
So maybe tomorrow.
Right.
I'm not gonna have a ton of people that are probably like, can't wait to look at the, membership because it just closed.
Right.
So I'll add that to my plate tomorrow. Remove WAIM call out and working to live template. So I need to do that today. What's up?
That's fine.
Set up WAIM onboarding broadcast manually. So do you want to add any new broadcast about like the quarterly call and stuff like that? Probably.
I don't know if I want to add that to the... Oh, they're just manually.
We just need to write those.
Yes. So I have it on my calendar tomorrow to write the quarterly call email, as well as the follow-up email about that, which will also include the curriculum. So that's on my calendar for tomorrow.
Okay, great. Jason Zook. Queue up 827 newsletter to Working to Live group. Exclude anyone who received that email. Well, we didn't do that.
Right. So it's just if someone signed up for Working to Live.
Oh, right, because we were like, we meant.
It was gonna be like,
we screwed that up.
It was gonna be like 40 people, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
We were gonna send them our previous newsletter.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's fine. All right, delete. Great.
Bye.
Things fall through the cracks, and you just gotta move forward. We're only 2 people,
3 people.
We're only 3 people,
Just not very good at computers, this one, though.
Yeah, he needs to start pulling his weight.
Sleeping, the best.
Playing with toys.
The best.
Okay, finish intentional living guide. Truthfully, I think I need to prioritize the other articles above that.
Okay.
It would be really awesome. I mean,
The yawns are hitting me. I mean, I can just finish the intentional living guide if you want.
I would not like that. I'm gonna put time on the calendar on this weekend to work on it because I really want to make it good.
And make it clap.
But I want, maybe it would be awesome if I could get it done by Monday because then it could be one of our featured articles in the newsletter.
Well, we have like 6 other guides now, so we have plenty of featureable.
This one is really good.
Wow. Okay.
Come up with monthly curriculum.
All right.
Completed. Forget it, not started, completed. And then you gotta add this cool guy. Bye. For everyone who, maybe Jason's gonna put the screen flow on the screen right now, but this Airtable is filtered by tasks that are not complete. So it's where the completed column is not this cool face, which means that it's completed.
Cool face.
Cool face. So if I mark something completed, it automatically disappears from the table. So it doesn't clutter up your tasks here. And at the end, I will unfilter and I will just show you guys how much stuff we've done the past couple weeks, because that's fun. Okay, we are at post-purchase workflow. So we already took a look at that. And I think I wrote October launch because we wanted to, if we were gonna automate it.
Automate further than what we have now,
Which is just the 2, yeah.
The 2 what?
Emails in the post-purchase workflow, the welcome and then the survey.
Right, are there new ones that we know of?
Like things on the back of that?
Yeah.
Well, we remember we had talked about this before. It's like maybe we tell them about the latest quarterly call. Or maybe we have a thing that's about the curriculum. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, that's low priority. I would say let's look at that in a couple weeks.
We can just, I mean, the benefit of an open and close launch is like, you don't have to have automations going all the time. So like, I still feel fine about having broadcasts, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so October launch, I'm gonna just put this on the calendar for into the future.
The future.
Into the future. Review FAQ page.
You were supposed to do that before launch.
I didn't.
You feel pretty good about it?
I feel like we managed to. Well, you did a great job then.
Then delete it. It's done. Mark that thing completed.
it.
I'm not dumb.
Not today. Okay. Create a WAIM sales workflow for after working to live. Do we still want to try to do that?
So one thing we've talked about with just going forward with Wandering Aimfully is we want to do these monthly launches, but there's no time that someone is more invested in our email newsletter than in the very beginning. And let's say someone gets really excited, they go through all 5 of our Working to Live emails in the beginning, and you can advance yourself through them quickly if you really are excited. That to us is basically saying like, you're probably interested in Wandering Aimfully. It may be the most interested you're gonna be for a while. Should we give people an opportunity to purchase right then and there to do that? So we've talked about this, not even necessarily from a, like we just want to make more money and get more customers, but more just from like, it makes it easier on us because that person's so invested at that time that then we don't have to wait 30 days to sell it to them.
Personally, based on how this launch now just went, where we got our 30 people, which was like our goal, I feel like maybe we should hold off on this until we do the October launch, see how it normalizes. Because this is like the first launch.
I would also be really curious to look, now that this has been going for a week, is to look into the
How many
data of
people?
this and see how many people actually advance themselves through
Let's do it.
and have that score of
Give me your guess.
10,000. Well, I need to know how many people have been through it.
Okay, I'll give you that
I could probably
first.
guess that as well.
People can also see our drip thing here, which will be interesting. Okay, so subscribers. We're gonna go to subscribers.
So I'm gonna guess, she's loading the page. I'm
So
gonna
wait.
guess that we have had
Okay.
243 people sign up for this. So that should be the total amount of people that are in it.
Started working to live.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. How many?
243.
Okay.
I'm not looking. Averting my eyes. Staying honest.
So I'm searching people with the tag started workflow working to live right now, which is a tag that we set up that happens when people start that.
Uh-huh.
And the number is 143.
Ooh, off by 100.
That is so random. Okay, so 143 people have started the working to live, which means,
Oh, I guess we've only been up for a week,
yeah,
haven't we?
right.
Oh, I thought it was longer. That's why I guess
Well, you were wrong. Okay, so how many of those people,
Do we think are 5 stars?
yeah.
So we do. We have a very fancy thing that keeps track of people.
Really, we should say how many people have completed, because that's not fair if they haven't even had a chance to complete all the worksheets, you know?
Well, yeah, but I want to know the people who've gone through all the worksheets too. You can do both if you want.
No, that's what I'm doing, but I'm saying if we're talking about how many people out of how many people, the out of how many people, the bottom fraction needs to be people that have completed the working to live workflow. Because otherwise they don't even have a chance to get 4 or 5 stars. Do you know what I'm saying?
I'll just let you tell me what
I
the
feel
number
like
is.
you're not.
I'm not.
Listen to what I'm saying.
I'm listening.
I want you to try.
I got it.
Okay?
So you're basically saying it's not 143. It's however of those 143 have actually been through all 5 emails.
Correct.
Right.
That's what the bottom number is, to have a real data set here. Because
Amen.
if I'm on email number 1 of working to live, maybe I'm going to do 4, but okay?
Okay.
So only 10 people have gone through the whole working to live sequence.
And one of them's me.
Yeah.
And 2 of them are me.
2 of them are you.
And one of
One of
them's
them
you.
is me.
And 3 of them are
Existing
Wandering
people.
Aimfully people. How's that possible though? Because people have been subscribed for longer. Like they should have gotten all the emails.
Well, let's just go over to our workflow and see what the deal is.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
Cool.
Let's see. Onboarding show. Working to live.
Here come the tabs. This is how it happens, folks. refresh rate those stats. Very exciting.
But that's weird because this tag is still in here. Apply the completed workflow working to live tag.
And if you go back to your search that you just had up, while it refreshes those stats.
So let's just see here. Let's go to the stats because that will help tell us.
This is one thing that just bothers me about Trip.
That it takes them
why
so
does
long?
it take you so long? Like, where are you going?
I don't know.
Like, it doesn't take this long to
So
pull
this
numbers out of a
person
database.
signed up. Hide their email. Can you do that on here?
Yeah.
This person signed.
I may not show something where I have to like Photoshop a whole bunch of stuff out. And by Photoshop, I mean Movie Shop.
Movie Shop. So they joined on August 26th. That was just yesterday.
Yeah, so they definitely,
They flew through.
yeah, they really liked it. You really like it. You really like it. You want more.
More.
You gotta come lay down, bud. It's not time. Come on, man. The stats refresh yet?
So even that person, we gotta,
Good job, bud.
We gotta do a score of at least 3. Because that person flew through it, but they just missed the first email, so. You're fine.
Like, why does it take so long?
Hi, Bubba. Okay, so.
Trying to get back to the middle, folks.
You just left.
Yeah, but he thought he heard stuff, and then he was checking stuff out.
Get over there.
This looks treacherous. You did that to yourself.
Want to be dramatic.
Good job, bud.
All right, we'll come back to that.
Oof. Well, that was a real letdown, huh, everybody?
Fine.
Well, no, I'm not gonna sit here and wait. It's really boring. I mean, I guess I could just like edit this out of the video, but
So then I will do what we did before,
it's
which
supposed
is
to be unedited
of
meetings.
the people who started Working to Live,
Mm-hmm.
the 143, how many of those have a custom field of Working to Live score, which is greater than or equal to 3? So there's 4 worksheets in Working to Live.
Yeah.
And if you complete a worksheet, we have a system where you get basically 1 point added to your score. So by searching through these terms, we're basically saying someone filled out 3 or 4. So they filled out at least 3 of the worksheets.
Let's see what we got. Is it also
I
10?
feel like this is a drum roll.
It's garbage cans outside.
It's just our landlord pulling our garbage cans.
2 more people,
So 12 people,
but still the same.
but a lot of like us testing.
Yeah. Interesting. Something's weird though. Because you don't get points if you don't fill out the worksheets.
You
Correct.
don't get points if you don't fill out the worksheets.
Right. It's interesting to see. 10% of people fill out the worksheet. That's basically what that boils down to.
Well, they fill out 3 of the worksheets.
10% of people fill. So what's the score of 1 or more? This isn't what you guys showed up for, but it's what you're getting.
You can fast forward if you don't find it interesting.
They're
But if you do find it interesting, so 28
So
of 143.
20% of people fill out one
At
worksheet.
least one worksheet. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not surprised by that.
Check
Just
this.
given-
Check the stats real quick. See if that loaded finally. Ugh, I'm so mad.
I know. It's okay. Okay. Well, I would still really like to wait until after the October launch, is my point.
Sure. That's
Okay.
fine.
Just Griffin's voice.
Yeah, I don't think you'll be able to hear it, but small child outside yelling.
So after October launch would be somewhere in the middle of October. So we're going to change that to low. Update privacy policy. I still want to do that next week probably.
Muy importante. By the way, guys, I have written so many notes.
Okay, revisit affiliate combo for October launch.
Well, this is an interesting one because we have these folks with us here. And so I had
Hi.
talked about this before a couple months ago, brought it up, asking people if they would want to be affiliates, if they, I hate the word affiliate, but essentially
Partners.
if you would want to help promote Wandering Aimfully during the Wandering Aimfully launch. And I also think that if if you guys wanted to have your own URL, and not necessarily a custom URL to you, but to existing WAIM members that you could share as like a top secret page. So let's say like I have a best friend, her name is Caroline. She really wants to get in Wandering Aimfully. It's not an open time, but because I'm a WAIMer, I can be like, hey, I got this top secret page link. Don't share it. You can still get in.
Question,
Yeah.
real question.
Yeah.
As I'm sitting here,
Yeah.
I'm thinking about, we just finished this launch. We got the 30 members using our email list.
Yeah.
For the amount of effort and time to set all this up for members,
Well, here's the thing.
is that a good use of our time?
Here's the thing. So we don't know exactly who we're going to be selling the October launch to. Is that going to be to our whole list? Is it going to be a similar thing? Is it going to be the workshop thing that we're going to do where you open it up that way? You know, it's like, I think that really determines this question. So in my mind, if we are promoting the October launch to our full list, maybe through a live workshop and then an email follow-up or two, then yeah, we probably don't need to do the affiliate stuff yet. But if we are doing only to new people who have signed up to our email list and didn't get this pitch, which we had talked about before, that's going to be like 400 people probably. The likelihood of us getting 30 people from that is very slim. So,
Good point.
yeah. So do you want to revisit this? I feel like we pushed this conversation back about 19,000 times.
The
but
affiliates?
Yeah.
Well, now I'm tying it into the October launch planning meeting.
Yeah.
So, yes, I think we should push it back.
Okay.
I just think we have bigger fish to fry at the moment.
Okay.
That's a sales conversation, and we're sort of wrapping up the sales tasks, and we're now going to like membership. To me, it's like the next 2 weeks is like members, like making the new people feel super welcome, really making sure the curriculum is strong, doing maintenance stuff on the website that we weren't able to get to before launch.
Sure.
And that's the whole reason we did this open and close thing, is so that we don't continue to be in sales mode.
Totally agree.
So I'm giving us permission to put off anything sales related for the next 2 weeks.
Cool. Great job, me.
Okay. Do you eventually want to get Drip Pro Tools installed on WAIM? Yes. Who's going to do that?
I don't know. I mean, I guess I could ask Ben again. I don't know if he would.
Ben again?
Ben again.
Maybe you could always email Brennan and see if he knows somebody.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that important, but like for this sales sequence, we did look at that data.
Yeah, I mean, it was just nice to have. Like, we could see that, you know, some of the people who joined WAIM this time read 20 to 30 of the articles that we wrote on the Building Wandering Aimfully website, which had the Pro Tools installed.
Yeah, so just to clue you guys in at home, Drip Pro Tools is a sort of code thing that you can put on your website that will pass data from your website almost as an analytic to Drip, which basically tags a person based on what they view on our site. So what Jason's saying is that people who came through this time and purchased WAIM, we were able to look at their subscriber data on Drip and see what things they read. Right. So it was very illuminating to see that a good amount of you guys that are new Wandering Aimfully members, you read a bunch of articles on the Wandering Aimfully build site, which tells us, hey, this idea that we had of using the build as a marketing tool really paid off. And so, again, as a business owner, it's really important that if you have these hypotheses, that you have some way of tracking them, or at least in a qualitative way, understanding whether you were correct in your assumption, or else we would have no idea of knowing whether all that work that we put in actually paid off. We could say, yeah, we hit our 30 goals, so yeah, we think it paid off. But when we can actually see that people read all those articles, we know for a fact it did.
Yeah, and I told Caroline one of the things I want to do is go through and look at every single member who signed up in Drip and count up the amount of articles that they read. And we have this journey to 330 post that I'm working on, which should probably be in our list of to-dos. Whoa, that was weird. Scary.
I'm going to stop the
screen recording?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I would just delete it. Like, is it? That's fine. That's fine. Anyway, the idea is that we're publicly...
I just did a heavy eye roll at you, and I hope that everyone enjoyed it.
The idea is that we are going to publicly show everything that we're working on to try to get to 330 active paying members, and as of right now, finishing up this launch with our pre-order members and the people who just joined. I think we're at like 46, which is cool. It's 46 on the way to 330. And the idea is that we want to show everything it takes. So one of the things that I wanted to put in the recap of this first launch was, what is the average amount of articles of our under construction thing? Because we had a hypothesis, like you said, what did that look like? And my guess is that I would say on average, it's probably going to be 10 to 15 of those posts were read per buyer, which is proves the importance of content, proves the importance of letting people in behind the scenes. That stuff works.
Building trust.
Yeah, excuse me. Okay,
Speaking of that.
Speaking of Drip Pro Tools, put it on my calendar for next week, please. And I do want to get it done because I like having the data.
Okay. Not today. Next week.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about recording WAIM shows.
So we have 5 WAIM shows recorded.
Yes.
So the WAIM Show, for those of you who are unfamiliar, is our podcast and video show. So it is the two of us sitting down talking about a topic, being silly, being goofy. We're actually recording it right over on that side of our home. We bought a sweet
They're on the set right now.
sweet round table off of Amazon for $32 whole.
I hate that table.
I know you do. But that's actually a really fun example of, we don't know if we're going to do the show forever, so let's not buy like a $300 really nice table. Let's buy something very cheap, and it can do the job, and
you
then
don't
we can
want to
upgrade.
rent out like a studio for like $1,500 a month?
No, I don't think so. And we're
that'd be a good
borrowing
investment.
camera gear from our friend Caleb, who's awesome and has a ton of really good stuff. Anywho, so the show is coming out in mid-September. We have 5 episodes recorded, not edited. I have to edit them, and we want to get ahead of ourselves. So we're probably going to launch with 3 episodes, 2 to 3 episodes. So that doesn't leave us a lot of time. So you get some scary screen stuff going on. Maybe quit one of the 37 applications you have open.
I use all of these.
Not right this second, you don't.
All right, it's gonna shut my local down.
You needed your local dev environment open right now? So
Don't even worry about it.
Don't even worry about what?
Oh, I thought you were gonna tell them about local.
Oh, no.
Okay, so do you want to try and get these 4 done this week?
This week, no. I think next week. I think this week we really need to focus on new Wandering Aimfully member. Wow. New WAIM people. And
what's happening?
I don't know, my brain is slowing down. Your computer's freaking me out. I think that's what's going on.
Just stop looking at
Yeah,
it. Okay, I'm gonna do these Tuesday and Thursday because that's what we originally had said.
Next week?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're gonna put stuff on the calendar after this?
Well, yeah, I'm just doing like loose
We'll
dates
do that.
right
We'll do
now.
that off the call. People don't need to watch us
Off
put
call.
things on the Google
Off screen.
Calendar.
Are you okay? All right. Update
Yes.
successful registration email for new buyers. Add username,
So that was to pull in their username in the email that they get.
which we
As a
couldn't
merge
do,
field.
which we did it on the page.
No. You
Oh.
couldn't do it on the page. You can do it in the email.
Oh.
Yeah, backwards.
So
So we were leaving this in here because we wanted to find out, like, in a month when new people signed up and they come back and they go, hey, I forgot my username. So we
Got
can
it.
put it as low and we can look
Slow.
at it like end of September or whatever.
okay, did you check all the cards on the dashboard?
Nope. Sure
But again,
didn't.
that's low because right now they just forward,
Right.
so it's not a big deal. All WAIM URL redirects for posts that are being deleted. We went through all the redirects.
Yes. We have 2 that are like this, so you can just go ahead and delete this one.
I'm not gonna delete it. We did that work. I'm gonna make
I
it
mean,
completed.
yeah, mark it completed. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Look into adding older workshops as pages.
Right. So I added all of our recorded calls and then to the digital declutter and the Squarespace, Secrets of Squarespace workshop. What else is there?
Nitty gritty.
Yeah, those are just such bad
Transparent talks.
quality recordings that, like, I would rather go through and re-record those and spend one day and just knock those out and have, like,
Well, that's fine,
crisp-
but right now they live on Crowdcast.
yeah, which is fine.
Oh, okay. So you imported the ones that lived on like Buyer Future and stuff like that?
We don't have any that lived on
I'm
Vibrant.
just saying that lived on other sites.
Yes. Made Vibrant. You're 2 on Made
Made
Vibrant.
Vibrant.
That's pretty much it.
Okay. Let's hold hands. Let's
I don't
love each
want-
other.
I don't want
Let's
it. Look
be
at this.
okay.
Look at this little
Open it,
claw finger I've
open
got
it,
going here.
open it, and love me.
No.
Yes. Okay,
So are we marking that as complete, or are we gonna
Yeah.
make a new thing that's record?
that's different. That's re-record workshops. Also, do you think it's more important that we re-record those workshops or we work on the new video system.
I mean, I think I just got pen all over my hand. This is just falling apart. I think it's important that we do the new curriculum stuff, and then we can have like a, I think that's actually part of our front burner October.
Okay.
Front burner October is our second monthly challenge that we've listed out that we want to do with you guys. And that is to basically like something you've been putting off, stop putting it off, get it finished in October. And so for us, I think that's actually the perfect thing. Let's re-record all of our workshops. Cool. How you feel about that, Carol?
I feel good. It just occurred to me that we might have to rethink that, because in September, if we're going to do back to basics, we're basically having people identify like the one thing to focus on for the rest of the year. And then I don't want them to get distracted again by bringing a back burner project to the front burner in October. So we might have to postpone that or do it differently, or we can ask people what they think about that.
Okay.
Okay. Like it might be more helpful to basically have them transition where like in October, we then focus on cultivating that specific revenue stream. You know what I mean? Okay. Just a thought. That doesn't mean we still can't re-record the workshops.
Right. I'm excited for this next item.
Social planning launch week content.
Give them the rundown of all the stuff we did on social media for the launch.
Guys, I did 1 Instagram story and like 2 posts on social media, and we still sold all of our memberships. And as much as I do believe that our social account is important for like having that be a place where people can continue to see us, because that's where people are.
And Wandering Aimfully Instagram is what you're talking about.
The Wandering Aimfully Instagram. This is a perfect example of how when you're in the middle of a launch, you have to focus your time on the things that are most likely to bring you sales. And so on my list of to-dos, social media was at the bottom, because I knew we had to focus on our email list and
responding to
emails and answering questions and all of those things. And so that's what I did, and look, we met our goal. So I know a lot of people put a lot of value on social media for launches and things like that, and I'm not saying it's not important. I just think it's for you in your business, you have to take a hard look at the input versus the output. Well,
and I think you also have to realize, and you talked about this just about an hour ago, is that social media is not a sales channel. Like
exactly.
It's a reminder that something is for sale. That's absolutely worthwhile, but it is not the most important thing when it comes to selling.
Right.
So
okay.
I've written.
You're bringing a lot. You're doing a great job.
I will write down the
update Airtable newsletter content calendar. So I would actually like to do that this week and kind of come up with the newsletter topics for the next month loosely, and then kind of write them as we're experiencing things.
Yeah, so one of the things we talked about, definitely, because I was just thinking the journey to 330 is probably our first post that we wanted to get out, so I can finish that this week.
So are you thinking that's going to be a post for at the bottom of the email, or you want that to be the topic?
I think that's the topic.
Yeah, and maybe just like the thought of enough.
I don't think the whole thing is going to be in the email. I think it's...
Well, I was talking to Anne today. She really liked this idea of like, I was explaining to her my views on satisfaction and the fact that like, if what we all say we're searching for is happiness, I think a big part of happiness is the feeling of satisfaction. And what is satisfaction? That's identifying what enough is and then recognizing that you have it, right? It's like, I have this hole and it's this big, and oh wait, now I just filled the hole with the thing that I was searching for, and that's me feeling satisfied because the hole is now filled. And so, but if you never define how big that hole is, you're always just going to feel like it keeps growing and growing, and it's never going to be filled because the hole keeps getting bigger. Versus satisfaction, and 330 to us is our enough number, which is saying the hole is exactly this big. It's 330 people sized. And when we get 330, that's us saying,
we put the gate over top and no one gets out.
We lock you all inside.
It's like Lost. You guys remember that, right?
The hatch. But it's like, that's when you can actually have gratitude for what you have, because you defined how much enough was at the outset.
Yeah.
So I really like the 330 metric as kind of a business topic, but also just a bigger topic about life and satisfaction.
Yeah, I think you could probably write something really good to introduce that, tie in the satisfaction thing, the enough thing.
We could also link to your podcast interview with Matt Diabella, since that was about how much is enough. Like,
Yeah.
I just think we could do the whole thing as themed enough.
Yeah. While you write down these notes, I'm going to fill people in on our 3:30 and a little tease to that. So the idea is that publicly for the next 12 months, we'll have this post on Wandering Aimfully, Journey to 3:30, and it will basically be a monthly update based on our launches of exactly what we're doing to reach that number, not just, hey, we're making more money or landing more sales and celebrate the profit and loss of that, which is what a lot of, quote unquote income reports are. That's not what we're looking to do. What we're looking to do is show people exactly what it's taking marketing and promotion wise to get to this number. So I've basically written out the entire introduction for it. It's like 2,800 words already. And then I've started working on the first month, which was, I kind of didn't finish it because we weren't fully launched yet. Now that we're fully launched, the launch is closed. I have all that data to fill out. But it's just, I think it'd be really fun for people to go through, see what it's taking for us to do that, and doing things like recording the WAIM show and what we're investing in that and what we're not investing in that. Doing things like accepting PayPal through Restrict Content Pro for our members, but we have to manually add every PayPal buyer in the back end to all of the different things, all the different workflows, unlike our Stripe thing, which automatically goes through. So it's like those little things that you don't hear about or you don't know about, but we're doing them because it's the easiest way for us to do them and not like over automate everything or get stuck in the weeds technically. So anyway, that's the Journey to 3:30 post. It will be up hopefully by next Monday. Maybe you guys will even see a preview of it, but excited for that. I think it's gonna be fun.
Cool. Well, that makes my job easy for writing that later this week, so.
And we wanna get ahead on newsletters.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Just making sure we stay on that. We wanted to, our original goal was to be like 6 to 8 weeks ahead of WAIM shows and 6 to 8 weeks ahead of newsletters. That's a great goal to have. We may not hit that goal, but we want to try and work up toward that as best we can.
Cool. Create Journey to 300 page. You are doing that as a post. Would
Yeah,
you
it's
say
gonna-
that's in progress.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna move that up to high. High. Right message for existing waivers?
Yes. So,
I just still don't think it's that important for right now.
right. And not even for me for existing WAIMers, but as much for a website. People that sign up for our newsletter on the website, I just want to get rid of those damn email forms that say sign up when you've already signed up. I just hate that experience. I'm supposed to have a call with Dana from Right Message. I think it's next week, so maybe you can just put it for next week. I'll also make a note for myself.
It's really bothering me.
You're fine.
Oh. Okay. Edit WAIM show episode. Have
Yep.
you done one yet?
No, it's on my calendar. I think for Thursday is the first day we're doing it.
Sure is.
Yeah.
Turn work and live emails into one article. So with
Hold on one sec. I just need to show everybody. Look at how many notes I've added. Okay.
turn wondering to live emails into one article. So I know you have the post now, but I
Yeah.
think it's worth updating with the order that I did it in the email, and also because a lot of it is like made vibrant stuff and whatever, and then the new images and everything. Do you want me to do that?
No, I can do it. You've got plenty of stuff to do. So I think what I'll actually do is
It's not that important. It's just we send
No, it's
that to
fine.
a lot of people. So
I'm actually going to turn that into a guide
okay.
because it basically has the like clear
Yeah,
sections. So that'll be another guide, and then we can also always have that as our working to live guide.
Working to live guide. Add something fun to the footer. Very important.
Ooh.
So we put this for the October launch because it's not that important right now.
Let me very quickly just tell the people some of the fun things I've done on websites that at least I've enjoyed. I don't know if other people have.
Go right ahead.
One of the first ones that I did was on the Creativity for Sale website, the book website that you basically hand drew the entire website and we had put together.
Before I had an iPad.
There was a share this button, and it said share this on Twitter, Facebook, and Space Jam. And the Space Jam link just went to spacejam.com. And if you haven't been to spacejam.com, treat yourself. It's fantastic.
And you'll probably remember it from back in the day.
Yeah. So that was a fun thing. On Jason Does Stuff, I think the second version, if you typed in the contra code on your keyboard, so up, up, down, down, left, left, right, right, A, B, B, it would pop up the YouTube video playing Super Contra. It was fantastic. People loved it. It was fun.
On my very first website, my Made Vibrant Studio website, I had...
This was the website that was 3 different WordPress installs?
Yeah. This was the blog version.
Yeah.
I had a tab that said, I think, like, surprise. And it just took you to a page that said, do you want me to hand letter you a custom fortune cookie? And people could just submit their email address. And I would hand letter, like, a message that I also did it formatted in the shape of an Instagram, so if people wanted to share it, they could. But people loved that.
What do we want to do?
I feel like when you first get started, you have to have that type of stuff for people to want to share your website, and a ton of people shared the website because of that.
Yeah, I think it's just a really good lesson for people. Like, it's hard to prioritize fun and things that don't have an immediate return. Oh, and then the Jason Does Stuff website had the hidden gems this last time.
Where you actually, if people found all 7, 8?
No, 12.
12 hidden gems on the website, which were basically just hotspots that had like little pop-ups. Jason would mail you a set of gems that he bought on Amazon.
On Amazon. By the way, 24 total people in the year and a half that site was up.
Found the gems?
Yeah, year and a half. Found all the gems. 24. Out of probably 500,000 people that went to the site, which is kind of fun.
It's a real
Those 24 also,
coveted
fun
spot.
fact, I think a third of those 24 people, so like 8 people, paid me $12 for nothing. Which is hilarious because I had to pay me $12. I had 2 really ridiculous things. So
Okay.
I want to do something fun.
I
We don't
understand.
necessarily need it, obviously, but
All right.
it's like core, it's a core value to us.
I'm
It's
going to
fun.
add brainstorm,
Okay.
and
Next week is fine.
Next week is fine?
Yeah.
How about next Friday? It's like a Friday activity.
Cool.
Okay. I have on here easy workflows we can create based on products, which I do think there's value in. However, I think it's more important that we reevaluate the video situation.
Yeah. I noticed you skipped over the roadmap for client to product.
I put time on the calendar for me to do it.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
So yeah, I think this can get pushed till later.
Well, okay.
You want to remove it completely?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I think we should push it to later. The idea with this is that,
Okay.
let's say you're looking at the Get Out of Debt roadmap or the Start a Podcast roadmap within the Wandering Aimfully dashboard. I wanted to have a button that says like, send me email reminders about this. And it would just literally be a button that you click, and then you would get an email once a week to be like, hey, are you taking care of your debt? Like, hey, did you do these things? And something simple and easy. So it's a nice to have. It's not important to have now.
Well, and we have talked about reorganizing our video content, so I just think that that's more important than creating
Yeah, for
workflows
sure.
based on products that are potentially going to be reconfigured.
Yeah.
Let's talk about helpful videos.
Okay.
I want to continue to keep our YouTube channel with content.
Let's do a quick assessment of what we want to do on YouTube.
Okay.
So we're going to have the show. We had talked about having a nugget from every episode, but not every episode.
So it's 2 videos a week, a long form and a short form.
Right, if we wanted to do that. Now we could replace the nugget with a helpful video if we wanted to.
Well, I think there's no reason not to do the nugget because it's already filmed.
Well, no, I think the idea with the nugget is that you pull a topic out and then you film new stuff for it. It's the Matt Diavella model. That's what we talked about the entire
But
time.
why can't we do the R thing, which is pull stuff out of it, but just record like a voiceover or something? Like we don't have to shoot B-roll and like crazy
Because it's
stuff.
not going to look good. It's not going to look good. I mean, would you watch that?
First of all, it's a lot of judgment.
Well, no,
it just depends on how you do it.
Yeah, but I think I thought we had talked about this and we were on the same page with it. So
I just don't want you to be locked into doing it the same way that someone else does it.
No, and I'm not trying to, and that's why I said like I think the helpful video for me could be a replacement for that every week of doing that instead. He's upset at how upset we are getting about this. Video, man. We cannot get through working
Oh
on
my
video
God,
stuff without
fine.
getting frustrated.
I just think you're overreacting to how frustrated you're maybe frustrated. I'm okay.
I'm pretty frustrated. No, I'm not frustrated. Okay, so I think where it fits, we can have a helpful nugget video. I think where it fits, we can have just an overall helpful video like we did with the self-doubt video.
Yeah.
And then we have the show. And then if we travel, we have the Travel
vloggies.
Working to Live series. So that's our video
plenty.
schedule going forward.
Cool.
So I think our goal between now and the next launch should hopefully be to get 1 or 2 helpful videos done. We already have the script written for this next one. It's on my desk still.
True.
So we just have to storyboard it.
So maybe film that. No, I mean, next week we're filming a bunch of, I think the week of the 10th would be better.
Okay.
Because, yeah, let's do Wednesday the 12th. And then let's do, I'm just going to say Wednesdays are going to be our,
Well, we filled this schedule out for when we were filming. I think we were actually filming on Tuesdays because we wanted to post on...
yeah, but that was for the show. This was our schedule. So we didn't have another video on here. But like we have 2 hours here.
Interesting. Okay.
Doesn't say this can't change.
No,
you know?
for sure. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. We can follow that schedule through Airtable for now.
Okay. So I'm just
We're almost at the end here, folks.
do that. Start and finish sponsorship guide.
This thing is so low priority for me.
Okay.
No, it's fine. I'm just like, every time I sit down to work on it, I'm like, I don't really...
How about you just try to get it done by the end of September?
Sure.
Okay. Hi.
He's a dog.
Where's your eyeball? You guys. Oh, it's very white. Design. Okay, all this stuff. So that's everything.
Okay.
But that's all the old stuff. So if we now sort by
Here comes the sorting, folks.
priority.
But we're not going to show to you because we're not recording the screen anymore. Sorry.
If we sort by priority and then
You made this like big, exciting to do about
I know.
showing them the sort and then cliffhanger, you know?
well, my computer is gonna crash. So that's fine. We can reassess the timing of everything. But what I wanted to do was add more tasks like their curriculum and
The welcome gifts.
when we originally did the calendar thing, we said that the gifts would be the Saturday after
The launch.
the launch.
So I think so a follow-up email to fill out the survey for those new WAIMers. So maybe send that out. Most people are going to get, well, the people who signed up today are going to get this survey email tomorrow. So maybe I'll send that Thursday.
Okay. When are you gonna write it and send it? Thursday.
Yeah, I'll write it on Wednesday.
Okay. So, and then we'll do those this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then I need to write September curriculum emails.
Mm-hmm.
Are we going to record any videos for that?
Yes, because we had talked about one big one is just you going through Airtable.
Mm-hmm.
But
But I
then
mean, like, so that's a separate one.
you just mean like introducing the curriculum in general?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Just like short ones. Okay. What else? You were gonna create a page in the dashboard.
Yep. And then also create a card so folks can favorite it, save it, add notes, mark as complete, all kinds of fun stuff.
Okay. We're doing this together.
Notes are filling up, folks.
this is you. Okay. I feel like we should just somewhere add a link to this Airtable so people are just curious of how we set this up. But anyway. Okay, what else is big looming on our list? Oh, the roadmaps. The customized roadmaps for people, so I need to do that.
Yes. Do you want to do that together? Or do you just want to...
Yeah, I think we should write the notes together, and then I think I should just create the keynotes.
Okay, cool.
Which I was just going to publish as PDFs.
Cool. Are you trying to do that this week?
By Friday.
Busy bee.
I mean, it's Monday right now, so it's just a world of possibilities, you know?
It's 24 hours in a day. Sleep and I'm dead.
Beyonce has the same amount of hours in a day that you do. Have you seen that coffee mug?
What does that mean?
Just means like she's awesome.
Yeah. Cool.
What else?
So set up the quarterly call stuff.
What do you need to do for that?
I need to create the card in the dashboard and create the crowdcast and write the email. I already wrote that down somewhere. Yeah.
Is that on our calendar?
Yes.
That's exciting. I love those quarterly calls.
Yeah, they're fun. Get the new peeps in there.
When is it?
Next Wednesday.
Cool. Cool. That's it. It's just easy.
Business, it's just so easy. Online business, you know?
I cannot stress to you guys enough, if you don't have some type of task system,
Whether it's Asana,
especially with two people, but
yeah.
even if you're just by yourself, Asana or Trello or Google
Airtable.
Airtable I really like, just because I'm in there a lot and we have a lot of different things organized by Airtable, so I like having one place to go. Asana is really great and I like a lot of features it has, but I find that I don't like, if I can just, the more stuff I can put in one place, the more I'm going to use it. And
so let's just quickly go over the back to the basics setup.
Yeah.
And what that looks like, and
Yeah.
maybe with dates, like look at the calendar for a second.
Okay.
So we're going to kick that thing off on the 5th, which is the day of the quarterly call.
Mm-hmm.
So the idea is Back to Basics challenge starts, it's not necessarily a 30-day challenge, it's more of just like a month-long challenge, or a 4-week challenge is probably more realistic for this one. So we'll kick it off on the 5th, and then we have the 4 pieces of it. Do you remember what those are off the top of your head?
Yep. Know your numbers.
So that's the first week. So we'll basically introduce the challenge on the call and then give a big overview of it. And then basically just tell everybody, like, go into the dashboard, check out the page.
But I thought we were also doing an email sequence you could opt into.
Right. So we could have a link for them to opt into that on the call.
Sure.
Cool.
And drop it in Slack.
And drop it in the email too, yeah. Cool.
Cool.
So
Know your numbers is the first week.
Yep.
The 12th will be the email of where does your time go?
Yep.
The 19th will be the email of evaluating revenue streams.
Yep.
And then the 26th will be choose your focus. Now the question is, am I going to do an Airtable workshop in there?
Right.
I'm already going to have it recorded somewhat in the finance framework for the 5th.
Are you doing these week by week? So they don't all have to be done ahead of time? Is that your thought process?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Just curious.
Did you want somebody to be able to fly through it all?
No, not necessarily. I was just curious about what your plan was to getting.
Because that's what I think is the
point of it.
The point of it is like you don't have to worry about doing all the things. It's like you get an email every week and you can figure out what to do.
So the other question here that we haven't talked about and that these folks don't know about yet is the guinea pigs. The guinea plaxes. That's what we'll call them.
Guinea plaques.
Katniss. So
you said we were going to send out an email about that this
well,
week.
we could just do that on the live call.
Do what?
Ask who wants to be the guinea pig, because it starts then. I wasn't going to put it in the email.
Why?
Because I'll get a lot of people emailing back. So if anything, I was going to put it in Slack and see who raised their hand first.
Mm-hmm. Let's think about it. I'm
Okay.
not prepared to make a decision on that.
Ooh, secrets. That's
Yet.
fine. Yeah, no, we'll figure that out.
Okay.
The idea is that, and you guys can know this part, that's fine, is that we wanted to have 1 or 2 WAIM members who are basically like, they're the guinea pig, they're the example going through these weeks live with everybody. And so it's like, let's say it's Caroline, the new WAIMer. She basically says like, okay, like I have a business, it's making some money. I know that I don't have my foundation set. Like I don't really track my revenue really well. My time seems to be lost a little bit. Like I don't have enough hours in the day. And I do want to get back to the basics. So like I'm raising my hand, you can follow along my progress. I'll give you all of my data, so to speak. So for the first week, during the Know Your Numbers, it's Caroline basically saying, here are my numbers. Here's how much revenue I make. Here's how much my expenses are. Here are my living expenses. Here's my budget. And it's not for any type of judgment. It's just so that you can see one real person going through it in the community who doesn't mind sharing that stuff because we believe in transparency and think it's helpful. And then so each week, Caroline would submit all of her information for each of the 4 things throughout the challenge.
We also need to talk about whether, like, let's say Know Your Numbers goes out on the 5th. Would we want that person's data already to be submitted so that people could see, like, hey, here's how you fill out the exercises? Or would we want it to be like, here on the 12th, the new week is about whatever the theme is, your time, and here's the answers from last week kind of thing. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel like if I was going through this, I would prefer to see someone's example
The week of.
the week while I'm
In
going
which
through it.
case
So
we have to get somebody, we have to create the content by the end of this week so that someone can do it by next Wednesday and we can share it in the email. So maybe I'll just prioritize that tomorrow.
Okay. And we can also talk about that and figure out like what makes the most sense.
Cool. Okay.
But I think it's good to bring that up so we get on the
Same page.
same page with it.
Yeah, I'm just going to make that tomorrow's task. Okay.
Curriculum day.
Yep.
Okay, so
Do you have a good idea of what to work on?
after we shut this sucker down, we'll
Yeah.
put everything, block it off on the calendar.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Cool. All right. Well, my question to you guys here, and I'm not necessarily going to always have a question at the end of these unedited meetings, but it came to me during this, is if you want to, because this is going to be embedded in the Wandering Aimfully dashboard somewhere, so it's going to be kind of hard to comment, but if you're watching this video, it'll be on YouTube, so you can click the YouTube icon. That will take you to the YouTube page for it. Leave a comment on if there's anything that we haven't recorded an unedited meeting about. Whoa.
Try it again.
If there's anything we haven't recorded an unedited meeting about, it was recorded and unedited. See, they're different.
It's recorded, unedited. It's a lot of
Yeah, couldn't do it.
recorded, unedited. It's hard.
If you want to leave a comment just saying what you would like to see an unedited meeting about, would love to know what piques your interest.
Yeah.
So, so do that. Click through the little YouTube icon in the bottom of the video. You'll get to the YouTube page. Leave a comment there.
We know these aren't the most exciting because they're not really strategic. It's just like productivity and to-dos. But we know a lot of you gave us some positive feedback on the customer journey one specifically.
Well, just in general,
Video planning.
I think people just enjoy seeing all the stuff that we do and what goes into it. And I hope that it inspires you guys to finish watching this, or while we're doing it, it's kind of just like white noise while you're getting stuff done. Like that's kind of what my hope is. So.
All right, guys, thanks for watching. We
All
love
right.
your faces.
That'll wrap.
That'll wrap.
Unedited recorded.